Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Orthodox Band with the Boyan. I'm the Boyan in question, and Christ is born. Glorify him, or as we say in Serbia, indeed he is born. I actually did not realize that everywhere else except in Serbia people respond with glorify him as opposed to truly or indeed he is born, as we do here. My text and spiritual father, Father Dimitri Cosby, constantly thought that I was making this joking reference to the Paschal greeting, but no, that's actually what we say here. So yeah, there's that. What prompted me to make this video is actually a sort of meditation of what I'm doing in my life. And this is essentially a bit of a meditative video and a reflection on my previous video on quitting my job and following my passions, my personal experience. I do consider myself extremely privileged, and I do not mind the concept of privilege. I don't mind how it tends to be, weaponized. I don't mind how it tries to even out the field and probably causing much more damage than it resolves any issues. And I think maybe that the term could be better. I cannot even pretend to think what could be the term, but for the purposes of this video, there's the title drop there. I do consider myself rather privileged because I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, I have clean clothes, I'm completely healthy. I mean, there are some issues, but to quote Aldous Huxley, the medicine has advanced so much that no one is completely healthy, I'm born in the time where I can easily wear glasses, where I have tooth fillings, I live in a place where I can practically guarantee that no one will kill me out in the streets. And those are only sort of these basic needs. What else? And I won't even go in the spiritual side, that I'm baptized, that I have access to the church, that I participate in the sacramental life of the church. But also, I'm doing what I love, and I sustain myself with this, and I'm putting into use my two primary talents, what I believe are two my primary talents, which is my, knowledge of English and my artistic talent. Somebody might say, you're not that good of an artist, your English could be better. I agree. But still, I like how I use them and utilize them. However, one thing that, sort of hung over me when I was recording my previous video was, what of the others? Because that's the issue with the privilege, right? Because not all of us have it. And there are people in this world right now, maybe even a billion of them, if not much more, who could make much better Bible illustrated than I did, or could do something, so amazing, but they couldn't because of the circumstances of their life. There are people right now, again, maybe a billion, who could paint even better than Da Vinci if the circumstances of their life were better. So why am I able to do this, to do do Bible illustrated, something that I strongly feel I'm called to do, while so many aren't? You have people, wasting their life in, washer and dryer places, who work in mines, who die young, and they did not have the chance to express their talents at sports, at languages, at economics, law, what have you, to express their lawful children, to care for the weak, the poor, and so on and so forth. And this is something that weighed heavily on me. However, I did sort of, I don't want to say receive a reply, because it kind of sounds a bit of supernatural. And I don't, but then again, I did sort of think of an answer, and I like to think that these answers probably come ultimately from God, because I do not consider myself particularly intelligent, but I do think that us not reaching our full potential here, and who of us does reach their full potential here, except the Mother of God, of course, that we only fully reach the fullness of ourselves in the kingdom of heaven. And that sort of sounds like a truism, right? Because, well, of course, we'll be perfectly happy and everything in the kingdom of heaven, but I honestly believe that a lot of these talents won't simply cease. Some of them will get transformed. For example, I do believe that we will perfectly understand each other in the kingdom of heaven. So will that make language, like different languages, completely redundant? I don't think it will, because I think that the beauty of individual languages will be somehow preserved, and people who really liked and enjoyed languages could, study them and investigate them to their heart's fill and content in the kingdom of heaven. Artists will be able, and by the way, I know that whenever we speak of the kingdom of heaven, we can only discern so much, and even then it's nothing to what will be revealed to us ultimately, because what St. Paul says, that what eye had not seen and what the heart of man had not considered, that is what the Lord has prepared for those who love him. So ultimately, even if everything I say in this video turns out to be, well, not true, because this is speculation, even if it turns out that it's completely untrue, I'm again certain that what we will receive is so much better than what I'm speculating here. And what I'm speculating here is admittedly the sort of lower tier and blessing of all the amazing blessings we will receive in the kingdom of Christ. Because I honestly believe that I will be able to do art, and I will be able to use that eternity to become one of the best artists ever, along with all of the best artists who are already there and will be better than me, However, it will still be a lower tier blessing, because again, we know from the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom that the liturgy will continue in the kingdom of heaven, and therefore it will still remain one of the ultimate blessings. So not, everything fails compared to that. But I honestly believe that if you never had a chance to apply your, skill, art, talent, what have you, you will have the chance eventually to do it in the kingdom of heaven. And while a lot of us, honestly, a lot of us, did not have the opportunity to, achieve something here, and don't get me wrong, there are things that I weren't able to achieve and won't ever be able to achieve. We will be able to achieve those things in the kingdom of heaven, because Christ says, to the one who has, more will be given, and to the one who does not have, what he has will be taken away from him. What I believe, honestly, that this verse means is that the Lord will take these gifts, whether they're sort of ordinary talents or even supernatural talents of the gifts of the Holy Spirit, it will be taken away from those sinners who did not, work on them, who did not use them for the service of their fellow man and God, and will be given to those who actually know how to dispense with these gifts, So yeah, this isn't exactly, all of our wishes will be granted in heaven. I mean, If they don't, that only means that we're getting something so much better. But I do think that our talents that the Lord gives us are in a way, still in a way, fundamentally form a part who we are. I mean, sure, I would be me even if I spoke no English and did not draw, but I also believe that I do try to use these gifts for good, and that in the grand scheme of things, they do form um, an important tile in my salvation. Not in the sense, oh well, I did 20,000 drawings. Is that enough for salvation? No, I do believe that it is one uh, obedience that the Lord has given me specifically. And I'll talk about that more in the next videos. Bye.